Okay, here we have the heads, and you can tell the heads have been rebuilt. A little bit too shiny gray to be 30 years old, 20 years old. Got some green seals in there. Viton seals. That's not stock. So these have been rebuilt. With the heads, yeah, still got some issues again. First thing, these right here, your air nozzles for the smog antlers. They pulled the smog antlers off. They went ahead and welded these up, which is fine. You know, only problem is you got to be careful with them. These are hollow, and they break off like that. And to get that out while the motor's in the car is a pain in the butt. Then we got this custom plug, this big old bolt with a nut. So they probably broke one off, tried to drill it, couldn't get it, so just put a big old bolt and a nut, which isn't pretty. So we're going to fix that, tap that. But we have some little BMW custom little caps that we pull these all out, put them in there, look really fresh and clean. Do the job right. The head surface of these, they have these all rebuilt, which is great, except if you look how low the valve is on this, they cut a lot off. So it's almost flush. There should be a little bit of a head. There's nothing here. So these valves I can't recut. They're going to drop up even more. So these valves can't be used. Also, the head surface here, if you take your nail across, there's a step. That's from the cylinder. The stud's pulling and the pass and the cylinder beating into the face of the head. So these heads all need to be resurfaced. That should have been done when it was apart, but that wasn't. We're going to pull these apart, do a spring test, see how the spring tension is. But the first thing you want to do on a visual is make sure there's no rust. If there's any rust on these springs, they need to be tossed because they're going to snap. Move over here to the case. Now the case is a story of its own. And what we have, this is a 2.7 case 75, and the stud's pulled out. And if you look right here, that pounding of the heads, that also happened, the cylinder's pounding into the face of this case. So the face of this case needs to be resurfaced. In this other case here, you can even see the gray and shine of how it's warped. They call it warping, but actually what it is, it's pounding. Because this is one piece. Over here, the cam tower, let me grab it here. This is one piece. But what goes between these are the 6 separate heads and 6 separate cylinders. They start moving and pounding. With that pounding, you got leaks here, you got leaks here. So yeah, this thing was leaking like my old 51 pan head that went to Denmark. Now, also, if you come over here, the studs were pulling out of the block. So what they did, they used a drill and drilled them out and put a Healy coil. And you can even see the Healy coil already starting to come out. Can't do that. These won't last. This is a problem where the magnesium case gets a bad rap of it being done wrong. What's odd though, they did a few of them here. On this half, didn't do any here. Put the upgraded studs on one side, but not on this side. So you got a half Healy coiled case. Other half wasn't done. Head studs done on one side. This side wasn't done, which the customers charged for head studs and Healy coil. Well, case savering. That's not case savering. That's Healy coiling. Also, see all this glue? There's a big bolt stud that goes through here that's on the other side. It's pulling, so they glued this all up trying to seal it. The kit on the late models take a little O-rings like this that go here on the block for the case through bolts. And the problem is, these right here, see how that one's ripped? One goes here for the washer, one goes here. Well, number one, the washer's has no groove for a seal. And this case has not been machined for a seal. So when you put these on, they just rip apart like they did on this and they leak. We do a case, we case saver correctly, machine the facing correctly, chamfer the case correctly, case saver the long through bolt stud, so there's no issues for no pulling and no leaks. This case was done 100% wrong. This is a new shiny case right here. You can tell the big difference is the facing of the case has all been resurfaced. It has the correct case savers, chamfering for the O-ring seals, and also if you look carefully, see this case saver here? There's 24 of these. And then with magnesium case here about the cylinders, they're aluminum, they start moving and pounding and all this. Well, on the magnesium case. With this one, we bought the steel inserts, not wires. That's a full steel sleeve that's been machine coarse threaded in. it's been moved past the case. That way when we hit the spigot facing, our cylinder is laying on 4 corners of steel, not this magnesium. We do this because we take these motors out to 3.0 pin over 300 horse, and our magnesium cases do not leak. And our studs, case savers, will not pull. We give a full guarantee on our case saverings for life that they will not pull. Also, we've chamfered the case for O-rings. That way our through bolts will have seals so they don't leak. Now our next stage is we're going to hand prep this case. This case will be good.